What's going on, people? We are Tottenham TV back here for an emergency update for you guys. We spent all day crying about Pedro Porro. Is he coming? Is he not coming? Well, we finally got the Here We Go 2.0 from Fabrizio Romano. David Ornstein as well has chimed in. So let's get into these updates. First of all, from Romano, the way it developed is he said Tottenham are resolving all the issues with Sporting and are finally expected to complete the Pedro Porro deal on deadline day. Long meeting just finished with full agreement in place. Spurs waiting for documents and contracts to make sure it's 100% sealed. Tottenham and Sporting have finally reached full agreement again after a very long meeting. 45 million euros payment terms finally approved after Sporting's change last night. Porro will travel to London tomorrow. He only wanted Spurs' move. Tottenham have rescheduled the medical test for Pedro Porro. It was planned on Monday. It will actually happen on Tuesday, which is deadline day. It's all done and sealed between Spurs and Sporting. As revealed, Porro will become a Tottenham Hotspur player for 45 million euros. Here we go, confirmed for the second time from Fabrizio Romano. David Ornstein said Tottenham have now reached an agreement with Sporting Lisbon to sign Pedro Porro. The fee will be 45 million euros for the Spanish international. Deal was revived today after an overnight collapse. It is now on to the paperwork. Bruno Andrade said that Tottenham have handed over 15% of the economic rights for Marcus Edwards as part of the deal. And Record Portugal just outlining what the deal is. And they say Tottenham's new agreement with Sporting is 47 million euros plus 15% of the Marcus Edwards transfer fee. So now Spurs do still own 35% of the winger's future fee. So everyone can breathe a sigh of relief. It looks as though we finally do have our man. But to tell you the truth, I'm not going to be completely comfortable until I see those pictures of him at Hotspur Way and holding up the shirt.
Going to wake up tomorrow. Ornstein deals off. They want 100% of the Marcus Edwards percentage. It's not good enough. They want more money and all this. But look, it's very promising. You've got to be encouraged by those updates 100%. I mean, in normal circumstances, that's done deal. No even a question about it. Not even like bringing it up again. But because of what we've already seen, we've literally had a here we go. We've already had loads of journalists say this deal's done. It's wrapped up, full agreement. And then Sporting have reneged it the next day. But the fact that Porro is travelling to London today to sign the contracts, as Bruno Andrade said, that's got to be very encouraging. Romano has also just tweeted saying that Sporting and Barcelona have agreed a deal for Hector Bellerin. That seems to be going forward now. So the panic does seem to be over as things stand. You have to have belief that Porro will be a Tottenham player come the deadline tomorrow. It does seem as if the reneging of the full agreement last night, it was a negotiation tactic from Sporting Lisbon. And dare I say it, did Daniel Levy have to come in and save the deal? It does seem as though Daniel Levy has come in and the deal has been resurrected, and they have seemed to find an agreement. And to be fair, everyone's reporting the figure of 45 million euros, even though there was some last night reporting that Spurs were prepared to go as far as 48 million euros.
Well, Record Portugal was saying 47 million euros.
They're the least reliable of all of them.
Yeah.
But then I guess maybe I don't know how they're assessing the extra 2 million. Maybe they report the percentage as well, because that percentage.
Yeah, they did. They said 47 million euros plus 15% of the Marcus Edwards deal.
Maybe the percentage was a sticking point for Sporting. I wanted to get that a bit more percentage back off Marcus Edwards deal, but I'm super happy that they've finally got this deal seemingly over the line, with Porro flying into London tonight, which is a crucial element.
The flight trackers out, lads.
Exactly. Exactly. I want to know exactly when he's touching down. We have to get back. We have to get there and get him driving into Hotspur Way. But it's absolutely crucial. We can now be excited about this potential new right wing back being part of the squad in time potentially for the Man City game on Sunday. But he's going to be such a massive element to our team. He's going to be such an upgrade to right wing back. I'm super excited to him coming to the lane now. And it was all doom and gloom for the last 12 hours or so, but something to be excited about finally.
Yeah, they have to do it to us every time, Spurs. I mean, as when you think you're in, you're out, and when you think you're out, you're in. This is what Spurs do to us. But we looks as though, touch wood, we finally got our man. But let's see what madness tomorrow brings us. But look, I tell you the truth that once we were leaving the studio earlier today, when the Jed Spence news started coming through, which we'll talk about in a second, once that started coming through, that did make me think that that maybe there has been a breakthrough in the Porro deal, because I don't think we'd be letting Spence go if Porro wasn't coming in. In my opinion, anyway. But the Jed Spence deal situation is that he has joined Stade Rennes on loan until the end of the season, according to Dimarzio. Ali Gold says Spence will undergo his medical at Rennes tomorrow ahead of his loan deal. The defender believes he can still be a success at Tottenham in the future. Jed Spence turned down the chance to join Atletico Madrid and Sassuolo on loan this week, among others, and he had wanted to ensure that he had a lot of playing time at his new club to continue his development at Spurs. And neither Spurs nor did the player want an option to buy or any option for a permanent move at the end of the deal. So that's positive that he's still thinking of a future at Spurs, isn't it?
Very positive, and I'm happy that he himself didn't want the buy option. So it seems that he still wants to not give up on his Tottenham career after 6 months. I think Rennes is a bit of a weird, interesting one. They're quite good at developing young players, Rennes, and they're having quite a decent season. But you would have hoped he would have gone to the Premier League, and you would have thought there'd be Premier League suitors for him, which is quite surprising if there weren't. And if there were, why hasn't he gone there? So that's a bit surprising. In terms of like going to Atletico Madrid or Sassuolo, I'm quite happy he didn't go to Atletico, because I can envisage him going there and then him again not getting much game time. I'm not sure who their right back options are right now. I know they got rid of Trippier to Newcastle obviously a year ago. I'm not sure who they play there, but he doesn't seem to me like a Atletico Madrid type of defender right now anyway. And if he's only going there on a 6-month loan, it could be a bit of a waste of time. Whereas at Rennes, he's definitely going to be playing every game, which is really positive.
Simeone did a great job with Trippier, though, didn't he?
He did. No, fair enough. I'm not saying he can't turn Spence. He can't improve Spence. But when it comes to developing him, I think game time is very important. And whether he'll get that game time at Atletico is another thing. Sassuolo, I'm sure he would have got some game time at Sassuolo, but they're very kind of gung-ho side. They don't really concentrate much on the defensive side. I think Rennes a bit more of a defensively solid team. And also, if he's guaranteed the game time at Rennes, in Liga, which I've always been saying is an underrated league. I think it's a league which doesn't get the credit it deserves. I think it's got quite a good quality league. So I think it could help his development getting regular game time at a good level for a good side as well. So it should help him, but I'm a bit disappointed by the fact that he hasn't gone to a Premier League team, and I can't really tell why. I mean, it's a bit perplexing.
In my opinion, I think Rennes were the ones to give him the guaranteed minutes. I don't think maybe the Premier League clubs would say, yeah, you can work your way into the team if you work hard. But I think maybe Rennes are the only ones that gave him guaranteed minutes. And, you know, they're a team fighting for the Champions League spots in the French league. They're in the Europa League as well, got Shakhtar Donetsk in the next round. And they also play a back five with a wing-back system. So I think it works well, this loan deal, to be fair.
Those are all good reasons, to be fair. And you can see as well, I mean, people will say, oh, he's going to a Farmers League and all that. But I think it will be good for his development to have that kind of responsibility, as you say, of competing at a high level for big places. And, you know, you only have to look at someone like Balogun, who's playing for Reims at the moment, and what he's doing here for his development.
What he did last night.
I think he's got 11 goals in 19 games. He's flying at the moment in Liga, and he's going to come back and probably be an asset for Arsenal next season. And obviously you can point to Rodon and see the opposite side of it, but I think that Spence should really be an exciting loan deal, and obviously we'll be keeping an eye on Rennes now from the end of the season, see how he gets on.
Yeah, you say hasn't worked out for Joe Rodon, but actually he's worked his way back into that team, and he's played 90 minutes for the last 3 or 4 games for Rennes since coming back from the World Cup. So I don't think that loan deal was actually as bad as some people are saying, because he actually has seen quite a lot of minutes in the heart of the back three for Rennes. So, and obviously he's going to be there to guide Jed Spence through his loan spell there for 6 months as well. So I think it's only good stuff. But last but not least, let's talk about Bryan Gil. We brought you the news that he had arrived in Sevilla, but that move has been made official. Bryan Gil has joined Sevilla on loan until the end of the season. But what's interesting is that Ben Jacobs was talking on the Chris Cowlin show, and he said Bournemouth made a late move for Bryan Gil, while Leicester were also interested in the winger. So it makes me think that maybe we don't have a long-term plan for Bryan Gil, and maybe we are looking to get him out the door, because if we do have a long-term future for him, maybe we would have considered these bids from Premier League clubs.
Yeah, but then again, why, if we don't have a long-term plan for him, why not include a buy option unless Sevilla are the ones who didn't want it? That's also a bit odd. Obviously, we bought him from Seville. They seemed fairly happy to let him go at the time, although they did get a fairly good deal out of it, 20 million plus Lamella. But yeah, I hope we do have I hope we don't give up on him that quickly. He's still very young, 21 years of age. He's still got a lot of potential. So see how he does in his 6 months over at Seville, and who knows who's going to be in charge next season and whether they'll want him or not. So I wouldn't count out Bryan Gil just yet. I would say though, if Conte does stay beyond this season, then it will be tough for Gil to break into this team at this current time. I don't envisage him being here next season, Bryan Gil. But if he isn't, you never know. Maybe a new manager is willing to give him a bit more of a chance. But yeah, I hope he does well. As much as it's a bit frustrating going to the Spanish league, and we've seen him in the Spanish league already. I still think the minutes will do him good. And if he does get regular minutes, let's hope he breaks into the team and stays there. Unlike last season where he was a bit in and out for Valencia, I really hope he becomes an important player for them. And then if he can do that, that'll be important for his development. And maybe he can come back a stronger player and a better character. But right now, he's struggling for minutes here. I don't envisage that getting any better in the second half of the season, in all honesty, with our attacking options. So I think it's better for him to go out on loan, and it's better for him to go to Spain than stay at Tottenham right now, in my opinion.
Yeah, you're probably right about that, to be fair. But look, that is the situation right now. Pedro Porro, medical tomorrow at Tottenham. Jed Spence, medical tomorrow at Rennes. And Bryan Gil has completed his medical and joined Seville officially on loan today. Do you reckon that's it for our business then?
Most likely. I don't think we're going to... I would love to think that Tottenham are going to really go out for something on deadline day, like a centre-back or something, but I find it hard to... envisage that we're really going to stump up cash so late on, and clubs as well are going to let go of their any key assets so late in the window, unless we're going for a player who's really out of favour at their clubs. And for example, something like Ndika or Hincapié. I mean, Ndika, I guess, because he's got 6 months left, but Hincapié, I just can't see it with the fact that he's so crucial to his club. I can't see a deadline day move. One thing I would consider, I don't think it's ever going to happen, but I would test the water for Maguire. For Man United, I would if I was Tottenham, just to see if we can get him on a 6-month loan deal, because I think him in a 3 is a better option than what we have right now, and I would consider it. But I can't see too many centre backs right now who we would sign permanently and would be a real upgrade on what we have, who would be easy to get on deadline day.
Look, I get what you're saying about Maguire, and it's an interesting one because he is better than Eric Dyer, in my opinion, for that central role of the back 3. He could probably do better than Longley and Davis on that left side as well, to be fair. And I would be open to bringing him in, but you just know that transfer is going to get completely clowned upon. You just know it. It's going to be like, yeah.
I'm just saying, look, if United are in a situation right now where they would rather play Luke Shaw at centre-back than Harry Maguire, and if he's unhappy, I mean, I would test the water. I'm not saying like go all out for him, but I would test the water, see if he can get a 6-month loan deal for him, and maybe that could be a good thing for the second half of the season. I reckon that would be a good move. That's what I would think about. I mean, I know apparently there's rumours of Smalling putting a transfer request, but I don't know about going for him. But I think we've left it too late if we're going to go for someone really good.
Yeah, I mean, Ndika would be the obvious one with 6 months left. I mean, test the waters with a 20 million offer and see what you can do.
And maybe there's something to be done there as well, because it's their last chance to get cash for him. So maybe they'll be open to it. But maybe if Ndika, from his point of view, if he runs down his contract, if he waits another 6 months, the wage packet he can get is higher. He can get a higher signing on fee, probably pick up more clubs. So if I was Ndika's agent, I would advise him not to rush into anything, but we'll see.
Yeah, we shall. So yeah, we got the here we go tonight. Pedro Porro is one of our own finally, and hopefully, touch wood, we're going to be seeing him lift up that Spurs shirt tomorrow. So you know where you can catch that. As soon as Pedro Porro lifts up that shirt, we will be going live on YouTube tomorrow. So join us.
Is that a bit of history as well? Here we go 2.0. Is that the first of its kind?
I think it is. You know, I
can't remember another one. Only Tottenham.
Only Tottenham. You know, you can get a here we go from another club, and we come in quickly and gazump him, and then we get a here we go for the player that we're desperate for, and then it all breaks down, and then it all gets back on. I mean, it's never a dull moment at Spurs. Let's be honest.
Never.
But look, hopefully we're going to see Porro in that Spurs shirt tomorrow. Good luck to Brian Hill and Jed Spence on their loan spells. We're going to be keeping a keen eye on them, especially Jed Spence. But thank you everyone for joining us today. Like, subscribe, and comment. And as always, come on, Spurs.